The Renaissance woman Hyan from Houston, Texas. And Russo, you're very familiar with the Renaissance woman.
Yeah, it's great to see her back. First off, it's great to see her back in Houston. It's great to see her back as she moved back to Houston. It's great to see her back stateside as she spent a lot of time in England recently. Oh, man, listen to that crowd. New Texas Pro faithful. They love to see the Renaissance woman.
We're going to see that Billy Robinson stuff here?
You know
Been
what?
over there for a while.
You never know.
Well, she's going to need all the tricks she can come up with because she's about to go one-on-one with a bona fide legend in the women's wrestling division.
Yeah, Hyan brought to you by at Speed 30. Again, we got a little bit of a brand rivalry on this one, folks. There we go, an absolute legend.
The 25-year veteran, the Wounded Owl LuFisto, going one-on-one for the first time ever with the Renaissance woman Hyan here at Cowboys from Hell in New Texas Pro.
Brought to us by Heel Pops and Chair Shots. Absolute pleasure to have, a legend like LuFisto in the New Texas ring.
It was just a few months ago when GCW held the Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame, and one of the first ballot inductees into that Hall of Fame was her right there, LuFisto. A very moving speech talking about all the time she's spent traveling the roads, traveling the world, plying her craft. But she also made a point, even though she accepted that induction as a Hall of Famer, she is not done yet. She's got a lot left in the tank, and she's going to show it here tonight against Hyan.
I tell you what, at some point in her career, you may be able to describe Hyan in a very similar fashion.
Yes, Hyan is very young in her career, but she's already accomplished so much. A former Reality of Wrestling Diamonds Division champion. And, of course, she did what many thought was unthinkable. She defeated Roxy to become the New Texas Pro Women's Champion, but unfortunately was only able to hold on to that championship for a brief moment. And when Rachel Rose cashed in that opportunity, Hyan was so caught off guard.
Yeah.
She had just won the championship, and then just like that, we had another new champion, two champions crowned in one night. Hyan, a record short reign. You got to believe that a huge win here tonight against someone the caliber of LuFisto will put her right back on track to get a shot at the New Texas Pro title.
And Hyan's got to be hungry for that, right? She had the belt in her hands.
Russo, what does it do to someone with their ambition to finally accomplish a goal like becoming the New Texas Pro Women's Championship, and then just like that, seemingly out of nowhere, losing it just at the grasp of your fingers?
Well, you can't prepare for moments like that. You spend all your weeks leading up to the big match preparing for one opponent, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, but it happens. So now Hyan has to re-climb that ladder to get her hands on Rachel.
It's one of the aspects of pro wrestling, right? You have to always be ready to defend yourself, always be ready to fight. There's no other sport like it where you out of nowhere, due to contractual,
obligations,
asterisk,
Well,
if
you
you
gotta
will.
Cover.
That's what it means to be a champion in this business. You have to be ready to go all the time.
But think about what this sport is built on. You think about amateur wrestling where guys are in a cold gym wrestling match after match after match. It's the nature of the beast.
Well, I know with the character Hyan, she's not going to worry about that. She's going to just keep moving forward.
And you have to think, she has to be aware of LuFisto's striking and staying away from it, right?
Well, LuFisto has been, first, after a 25-year career, she can come at you and beat you in so many different ways.
Oh my God, all the way to the floor.
For example, maybe a just quick, swift chop right to the chest, sending Hyan all the way to the outside.
What I find actually so darn inspiring about LuFisto is that about 15 years ago, that career of hers could have been cut short and done due to a debilitating back injury.
Yeah.
The fact that she was able to fight through it and has still been able to be on top of her game. You mentioned earlier about being a legend of women's wrestling. No, legend in wrestling, period, man or woman.
Hyan in a bad way on the outside here.
You see LuFisto rolling back in the ring, trying to break that 10 count.
And this is LuFisto's territory, right? This is what she's known for.
First lady of hardcore.
And the innovator of intergender and the first lady of hardcore wrestling.
That's what I just said.
Well, I'm going to say it again. It's a level beyond. Oh, my God. I mean, the matches that she's been involved in, the matches that she had with the Necro Butcher, you know, this is next level of hardcore wrestling.
And look at how calm, cool, and collected LuFisto is, taking her time. Now gently rolling Hyan back in the ring in complete control here.
Well, we've seen Hyan a lot in Texas wrestling against some of the best competitors. But this whole inside-outside game, this uncharted waters for Hyan.
As you can't teach experience, and that's something that LuFisto is going to have to leg up on for this entire contest. We know that, you mentioned earlier, Hyan finally going abroad, spending a lot of time over in Europe.
First ever women's main event Hyan was in at Rev Pro. That just goes to show you the respect that she was able to build so quickly and dominance asserted so quickly.
And Rev Pro ain't no local bingo hall. Bro.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. She's got to get out of this striking exchange.
Hyan tried to take advantage of that arm, pulling over the rope. And you see LuFisto already grabbing at that left arm there.
I think she's got to grab a leg or an arm, wrench it back. She's got to keep herself from being struck by the legend LuFisto here. Those are those thick thud chops, too. That's right into the chest. Echoes through the cavity. There we go. There we go. I said a leg, but a throw to work, too, right?
And Hyan trying just to get any kind of advantage here. But just when you think that she's got something on LuFisto, she just knocks her right back down.
A living legend, still at the top of her game, being inducted into the Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame and being recognized by the General Assembly in the province of Quebec. Okay, I know you don't know the Parlez-vous de Francais very well, Sammy, but that is a high honor.
No, I might not know, but we got a cover here.
I was not told we were supposed to learn French.
Another cover. LuFisto keeping the pressure on Hyan. And no one's questioning the credibility of LuFisto. But what does it say for Hyan to return back to New Texas Pro after suffering that loss, losing that women's championship?
Leaves a bad taste in the mouth.
She's got a tall hill to climb here.
Well, I mean, just think about it. If LuFisto puts her away here, now she's 2 steps behind, right? That's one more person in front of her in the way to her getting back to the championship. Hyan's got to go here. This is the most damage she's done to LuFisto in this matchup so far.
And you saw that arm wringer on the left arm. So LuFisto again clutching at the left arm, shaking and trying to get the blood flowing back into it.
Hyan so proud of her time in England being trained under the expert tutelage of Will Ospreay. And we know that Will Ospreay's been in hellacious matches. Let's see if that resonates. She's able to pick something up about fighting when the fighting gets tough.
Well, Hyan's bringing the fight right here. And some return fire. See how LuFisto likes it now on the receiving end. This high impact from Hyan, lifting LuFisto up.
Whoa!
And drops her right back down. Big leg drop into the cover.
Only 2. Holds on the arm, though. Very nice. Can she make a cross arm breaker out of it here?
Hyan grabbing the nearest limb, grabbing that right arm. LuFisto trying to hold on to those fingers, not letting that arm get overextended there.
Wearing down LuFisto. She's dead set in the middle of the ring.
And she's trying to edge her legs through the rope, trying to break this hold.
This is awesome.
How much strength is left in LuFisto's arm after Hyan working over? She's got just the tip of her toe on that bottom rope, forces the break.
Man, the technical excellence of Hyan and just the utter experience of LuFisto to know every way out of that hold. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Now, wait a minute. LuFisto raking
went in
the eyes
there. Mrs. Wild with the kick. One hell of a German. That knee caught flush.
Right in the mush. Hook of the leg. Whoa.
Only a 2 count. LuFisto might have knocked Hyan's lights out there.
I thought the lights were out, Sammy.
Yeah, enough wherewithal to get up. You see that anguish on the face of the Renaissance woman. LuFisto just throwing that face right in that top turnbuckle.
Hyan wanted so badly to be able to continue the momentum that she had in England, to bring it back stateside. Fighting tooth and nail right now.
Running charge from Hyan.
The CT knee, she calls that.
Now in the armbar here.
Arms extended as well.
Wow.
Wrenching back away.
And the wily veteran LuFisto trying to maneuver, get closer to that bottom rope, force the break here, but she's in the center of the ring here.
Very nice. Turned it right back around to the center of the ring. Oh my God.
Once again.
Yeah, Hyan forcing the referee to break there.
That's some new intensity from Hyan, just refusing to let go of their arm. She finally has a leg up on LuFisto again, charging at her.
Chris, she could have been disqualified there.
Could have. The referee letting us see this match continue.
A lot of pressure on these referees on these big-time WrestleMania weekend
Let them
matches.
fight with a cover.
LuFisto, the first one to her feet, has the high ground.
Hyan again back in that corner. Needs to get out of that corner. LuFisto bring her back to the center of the ring.
Okay, let's turn this into a good old slugfest. All right.
And LuFisto just muscling up Hyan. Draping cover here and only a 2 count. Not enough body on body there.
Oh, no.
LuFisto charged one too many times.
Yet another submission move.
Yeah, Hyan changed it up here, a little leg submission instead. Grounding Hyan so then she can then again grab the arms.
Tap.
And LuFisto,
she
tapped out.
She just tapped out LuFisto.
Sammy, I have to say, when you know that you can't go mano-a-mano, just fist for fist, you got to change up your strategy on the fly. And very impressive by Hyan to finally wear down enough to get a submission victory.
As Hyan changing up her game, making the legendary LuFisto tap out here at Cowboys from Hell. A huge victory for the Renaissance woman, Hyan.
I think it's fair to say, Sammy and Biss, that Hyan has put herself right square, dead center, back into the new Texas Pro Women's Championship hunt.
It's hard to argue, right? It's hard to argue. Who else would be a #1 contender right now? With a big win like that over a legend,